What's up, Fight fans? It's your boy TK, and welcome back to Pitch, Pit, and Punch. Today, we'll be talking about this weekend's fight. December 19th, we've got Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say a massive thank you, guys, to reaching over 500 subscribers. We are currently just over 600 subscribers, and now it's officially the road to 1,000 subscribers. This community keeps growing. You guys are truly awesome, and I really appreciate all the likes, all the comments, and just sharing the channel in itself. Now, as we grow, please continue engaging and let me know what content or what fights or what soccer matches you guys want me to focus on. So let's get into this fight preview and let's just see how things will unravel December 19th. Let's go. Now, just as a background, we all know Jake Paul initially started as a YouTube influencer, and with time he's actually taken up boxing on a serious level. Yes, initially fighting a lot of UFC fighters who their main discipline isn't necessarily boxing, because they are mixed martial artists who focus on grappling, jiu-jitsu, as well as key martial artists in karate, Muay Thai, but boxing is not necessarily their strongest strengths. Now, initially, the main guy he wanted to fight was Gervonta Davis. Now, this was going to be extremely epic because Gervonta, as we know, is a power puncher and he's very versatile on his feet. He's very quick, and I honestly felt like he was a level too far for Jake Paul. But sadly, due to Gervonta Davis's legal issues, this fight could not continue. They've basically stopped the fight from happening, and Jake Paul, being desperate to get another fight before the year ends, took up the only really big name that was available to fight in Anthony Joshua. And I understand the calculated risk in the sense where Joshua has been a shadow of himself, especially with the recent loss that he took in 2024 against Dubois. But this is a big boxing match for both of them because anything can really happen in a boxing ring. But let's actually go into it and see. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. This is not an exhibition fight. It's officially noted as a professional heavyweight boxing match. Now, there will be 8 3-minute rounds where they will be fighting with 10-ounce gloves, and this will all be streamed on Netflix from the Kaseya Center on the 19th of December. Now, let's take a look at Jake Paul's rise. With Jake Paul, we've seen that so far in his boxing career, he has 13 fights. Of those 13, 12 are wins and the one was a loss. And of the 12, he's had 7 knockouts. Now, Jake has honestly shocked the world before, especially with a huge win over Mike Tyson. Yes, this was a very old Mike Tyson. It wasn't the Iron Mike that we've all grown to know. And that fight actually put him massively on the spotlight, in the sense where the streaming numbers as well basically boomed and were breaking records. Now, with this fight against Anthony Joshua, this is going to be a very different fight because this is actually an active heavyweight boxer. And it's actually quite scary that he'd call out someone so big, because in the face-off, if you guys saw, they were very different in terms of the height difference, and you could actually see Jake Paul being intimidated, whereas Anthony Joshua was in his zone. Now, with Anthony Joshua, we know this is a lethal heavyweight boxer, and yes, when you look at his recent loss, a lot of people are doubting whether he still has it. However, let's not forget, guys, this is a former 2-time unified heavyweight champion, also an Olympic gold medalist, and one of the most feared punchers in boxing. Now, with his fights, he's had 32 professional fights. Of those, he's won 28 and only lost 4. And of the 28 wins, 25 have been knockouts. And this just basically shows that he's one of the biggest punchers in boxing today. Now, AJ hasn't fought since the knockout loss to Dubois in 2024, and this fight offers him a chance to reclaim some respect in the boxing world and to show that he still belongs in the top echelon of boxing. I mean, we're already seeing things being lined up for him that if he wins this boxing match, people like Tyson Fury are going to come for him, and that's a big money fight. Now, why this boxing match matters. I know a lot of boxing enthusiasts don't really care because, you know, with boxing also having a few match fixing, we don't know what the contract is really drawing up. We don't know what AJ is going to show up to try and protect Jake Paul. However, we all wish that this means that both fighters will go full blast. So for Jake Paul, this is the biggest test of his career. A win here, even a competitive performance if he doesn't win, would silence a lot of critics and change his boxing narrative. And this will line up a lot of boxes for him because he really wants to take this as far as possible. And for Anthony Joshua, a win here is massive, specifically for his brand as a boxer, where the media will now start looking at him as another heavyweight fighter who is still in his prime, and the spotlight will go back to him since this is him fighting a media star. Now, in terms of the mismatch, like I said, honestly speaking, this is a David and Goliath boxing match. But it's exciting because this time both David and Goliath have boxing gloves. So this fight is on the 19th of December, which will be Judgment Day for both boxers. So let me know, guys, who wins it for you? Drop your predictions below in the comment section. Is it going to be an AJ knockout, or will Jake Paul cause an upset and etch his name into the legendary column, where beating someone like Anthony Joshua will definitely cause people to take him a lot more seriously? Comment below, guys. Please engage and drop those predictions. I'm very interested to see. I'll see you guys on the 19th of December. Let's go.